We have seen the left weaponize the justice system in the past. We have even seen assassination attempts. If we see a Trump victory in the election, do you think there's potential for the current admin to drag out the transition of power to prevent Trump from coming into office?
So, look, I think that when I said this when I was running the Iowa caucus, I mean, the press labeled me a dark conspiracy theorist. Okay, when I said that, the words I used was they will not let Donald Trump get to the White House. That's what I'm worried about. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, you should see what the New York Times wrote about me for even saying it that way. Well, what do you have? Fast forward 7 months later, you have an assassination attempt, the first in our lifetime, and then you have another one 2 months later, and the press pretends like it didn't even happen.
Yeah, it's like nothing happened.
Right? And so, I mean, they've tried everything. Let's get to this. They tried to take him off the ballot. Yep. They tried to sue him. They tried to prosecute him. And then you have two people who stepped up and, ugly as it is, sad as it is, disgusting as it is, tried to kill him. I think the thing we got to worry about right now is I think we're going to win this election, and at this point we're going to win it by a lot, and I don't think there's anything that's going to stop us from doing it. All right.
Too big to rig.
Too big to rig. That's November 5th. But November 5th is not the destination. That's a trap we risk falling into. November 5th is not the destination. November 5th is a start line. There is still a deep state that lives alive and well in Washington, D.C., okay? And there's a mistake we risk making. I see it amongst Republicans. I even see it amongst the America First movement. I see it even within MAGA. A lot of thoughtful leaders will say, okay, we're going to get in there and we're going to reform that deep state, right? We're going to replace their people with our people, and then we're going to make it do what we want. No. If we're serious about getting this right, you can't bring the chisel. You got to bring the chainsaw. You get in there and actually shut it down. Send 75% of federal bureaucrats packing to the actual private sector or the rest of the country where they belong. Do I want the mass deportation? I actually do favor the mass deportation of millions of illegals from this country. But the mass deportation that really saves our country is the mass deportation of millions of unelected federal bureaucrats out of the D.C. bureaucracy. And if we're willing to go hard and to go hard early, and that's something that historically conservatives, when it comes time to act, we kind of get cold feet, right? You know, you kind of get to the line, and then you get a little queasy in the stomach, get the cold feet. You know, to borrow one of Kamala Harris's endorsers, your palms get a little sweaty, you mess it up, you drop it. That's what conservatives have done. Mm-hmm. Not this time around. And I think Donald Trump understood and learned a lot from that first term. How could he have known going in? He'd never been in government. It was, you know, in many ways, fire first, aim later. Beautiful 2016 win and campaign. But this time around, he knows what he's in for in a way that, frankly, he and many people around him didn't and couldn't have in 2016. And as good as that first term was, I think this second term is going to go far further and be far more successful in actually gutting that deep state this time around, and I'm excited for it. I'm all in to make that happen. So
awesome.
I appreciate it,
Thank you,
brother.
Vivek.
Thank you.